talk what others won't be talking about. Listen to us now, this mind's been filled in thoughtful round. We've got to let it out, we've got to let it go. Just wanna let you know.
Welcome to the Let's Be Open podcast. My name is Tabs, and I'm your very beautiful host here. And this right here is a space where we explore mental health, spirituality, issues in the rainbow community, etc., etc. But yeah, hey, hello. It's been a hectic time for me. That's what it's been. Very much hectic. I just moved to a new place, and I finally, for the most part, not even for the most part, I've finally gotten all my shit situated. You know, things put into drawers. You know, I got a little cubby for all my things, for my extra clothes, what's not. Still a work in progress because I need a curtain. I only have one curtain and I need another one, but we're getting there, step by step, to process. As you can see, we've got a little new backdrop going on over here. It's supposed to have a black light. I'm in the process of getting a black light, but I'm trying to just make this, podcast space a little nicer with time, just step by step. Honestly, I need a new mic. It's gonna get there, but this is supposed to have a black light, and it's supposed to look a whole lot nicer with the black light, I promise. But it's still cute, right? Makes you feel like you're in a whole nother place, a whole nother galaxy, which is here. That's how I feel about this space. It's a different space from the day-to-day world I'm living in. So yeah, I wanted to explore trust issues caused by good old betrayal. Oh yeah, we know her. Betrayal. Something that I hope not everybody has to experience, because boy, is that a horrible experience. But I wanted to really start off by exploring, what is that? Like, just breaking it down like a little kid. What is betrayal? Betrayal is when you are shown one thing, and when in reality it's a whole different thing. It's a mask. It's when you're looking at somebody's mask and you're not aware it's a mask, just to find out that that's not the truth. What are trust issues? Is looking at a person and constantly analyzing, constantly thinking what's really behind. It's constantly looking at people or things and just seeing a mask. All you see are masks all around you. Trust issues is not being able to take something for what it appears to be or what it might actually be, because once you have these issues, you're constantly going to second guess every single thing. That's what trust issues are. Your mind don't rest. You speak to somebody, all you can think about is, who are you really? You're showing me one thing right now, but chances are it's a demon behind there. It's a liar behind there. Now, put it all together. Your mind is just, fuck, you can't give anything in this world the benefit of the doubt. Once you get, trust issues from being betrayed, nothing gets benefit of the doubt. Not your family, not your friends, not potential lovers, not co-workers. Nobody gets the benefit of the doubt. You know, it's crazy when we think about how delicate the mind is. You know, all it takes is one thing, one situation, one lie, and your mind will be put in a frenzy. Something that could happen in the span of 24 hours and fuck you up mentally for years. It makes you become very protective of yourself, right? You gotta sit here and walk around with this armor around your heart, because the pain that comes from that is just immense. It's such a burden to have to carry, to have to go through. And boy, is it difficult to overcome, to get past that. Personally, going through being betrayed in such a steep manner, for me, it's harder because as a person with a very refined intuition, with a very strong intuition, it didn't only cause, these issues with me. And I think, my highly spiritual folks can relate to this, because I'm sure I ain't the only one who's gone through it. I'm sure it's a whole lot of us out here. But it's not only that, it's also the fact, like, oh my God, how did this person get past my intuition? As a person who knows things without having to go through them, person who sees things before they happen, right? To be betrayed and you sit here and think, how the fuck did this person get behind my walls, my spiritual walls, my spiritual barriers? Once you get deeper and deeper into your spirituality, whatever that may be, especially when it comes to learning discernment, you have to have your guard up. I mean, look where we live. We're on planet Earth, honey. What is discernment? Discernment is being able to look at something, be able to weigh it on the scales, and listen to whether your gut says yay or nay. Right? Spiritual person, you learn to have up these barriers so people can't deceive you as easily. And I, for one, am not deceived as easily, especially at this point in my life. As a spiritual person, you feel things harder. Things hit you harder, especially when you work so hard to fine-tune certain things to make sure you have certain strengths. Because the stronger intuition you have, the stronger the work you can do. So for a person to be able to sit here and get past that, it makes you feel inadequate, critical of yourself, right? Looking at yourself like, how could you let this person get past you like this? So this just is specifically just a big old message to, like, my spiritual folks, because I know we go through things so much deeper. We feel things really deep, and that feeling of inadequacy, that shit right there can really linger hard. You feel that feeling of just pressure towards yourself, and it ain't good. It ain't good. It's not a good feeling to have. Personally, for me, there were little red flags. There were these very minute little gut feelings. For me, I wrote it off as, this is probably just me feeling some jealousy, or I'm in a sensitive place right now, so I could just be tripping a little bit, But in more layman's terms, I was tripping just a little bit. It's my mind playing tricks. When really, no, it's your intuition trying to give you little signs like, hey, there's something off. But it's hard. As a person who, especially, Like I said, for me, and I know it's a lot of people like that. I know all my fellow Capricorns are this way too. If I can't see it physically, if I can't tangibly feel it, see it with my own two eyes, I doubt it. Because I don't see so and so doing it. So I didn't see this happening with my own two eyes, but now my intuition is telling me there's something off. And even at this stage in the game, yeah, I still get like that. Not as often as I was when I was younger, but especially for us Capricorns, it just be hard. It'd be hard, but that's where your whole spirituality come in. Trusting in the things you cannot see with your own two eyes. Leaning into the feelings that you get. It is a strong tool. Such a strong tool that we often ignore because we're so consumed with a 3D, with this, planet we live on, planet Earth. Ooh, I'm cracking around. I'm cracking. And whatever the case may be, give yourself grace. Please give yourself grace. If you need to go to therapy, if you haven't gone to therapy, or start doing therapeutic things, take notes so that this doesn't happen again. Granted, some people are very good liars, had a lot of time to put in the work to learn how to lie, how to be manipulative, how to deceive. And the same way they put in work into that, you need to put work into quieting your mind so you can listen to your gut even louder. The gut's never screaming at you. It can be annoying though. The gut will give you, it's like a small little push, like a small tap. That's what it is. It'd be like, hey, it's gonna be annoying because it's never gonna scream at you. It's just gonna be that annoying little tap on your shoulder or in your mind, in your sacral area, telling you that something's off. But it'll come through a lot less staticky the more that you work on that. Work on listening to that. No matter how much you love somebody, if your intuition says something's wrong, girl, something is wrong, okay? Something is wrong. It's not saying it for no reason. Our intuition is the strongest tool in our tool belt. It'll help guide you through so many of life's just issues. I'm still fine-tuning the process of how I want this podcast to be laid out. How do I want to start it? How do I want to finish it? How do I want it to be structured? So y'all gonna see me probably play around with a few different things. This podcast isn't just exclusively to talk about mental health or talk about emotions. It's to talk about those things and the way it connects to our spirituality. How these physical things connect to the non-physical things. Or what is the word? Metaphysical? I don't know. I do want to say shout out to Angelus. What's his Instagram name? Bruja del Bloque. I could be saying that wrong. But shout out to him for this deck. He made a deck for all the spirits in the 21 divisiones. With all our different, our Taino ancestors, our African ancestors, even some of the white spirits. And so, I got a couple decks. I got some decks, and so I just wanted to share this one here, this card. If it can be seen, I'm trying to. It's light. Oh Lord, I don't know. Is it? Okay, Luquillo. Right, the card of Luquillo. Same way he's been hurt. My man's is bleeding. That's how it feels. Initially, you're bleeding out. the reality, what you thought was a reality, was an illusion the whole time. And it's slowly just bleeding out of you. That reality is just bleeding out of you. Be grateful for the acts that destroyed the fake reality. You might be bleeding out right now, but that don't mean that you can't stop the bleeding. Once that fake reality is out, pat yourself up. Do what's necessary to cauterize the wound, to heal that up. It's not just gonna happen overnight. It's really not. It's so hard. But use helpful tools to help you break away from that. To break free from that pain. And you can't see because, these cards done got a little tattered up. But I had to laminate it because it was torn up so much. But I believe there was like a cross right here that he broke. And that's just the main thing. To break free. Break free from the fake reality. Break free from the pain. And give yourself not only just time, but work and time. That right there together, that's what's going to get you through that. Now, although you bleeding right now, be grateful for the acts that came down. Bars. Okay. Oh no, I done kicked my honey. That's all I gotta say for now. And I'll meet y'all on the next one. Thank you for tuning in with Lil On Me, for listening to me just, pour out my thoughts, my words, and connecting with me. I don't know what direction this is gonna take, but I hope that it can be a place where some people can find some solace, some understanding, some confirmation, just a feeling of, damn, somebody who gets it. Keep up with me. Subscribe down below. Like, comment. If you got any topics that you would like to recommend for me to cover, by all means, please do. Share. Follow me on the Instagram and Facebook down below. I'll have that all linked down there. It's Let's Be Open Podcast everywhere. But yeah, stay tuned for me while I go through this journey of expansion. But yeah, I'm learning day by day. Also, very quickly, since we're on the topic of trust issues from betrayal, if y'all would like, I do have a guide in the guide section of my personal Instagram called A Story on Love to Betrayal, and I'll read it. It's a creative thread of one's emotions portrayed through dance and photo, and I wanted to just go ahead and read out the caption for one of them. It goes like this: naked, new, fresh, growing pains, vulnerable, growing strength, regrowing confidence, cautious, observant, intuition, total self-love, constant introspection, exploration, hope, regain faith in humanity, in love, but temporary. Kind of made small paragraphs of poetry for each one. I'm not sure if I did it for the videos, but I know each photo does have like a small paragraph of poetry. I might make them into quotes now that I think about that, or maybe I'll do it on an open mic. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and insert that in here real quick. But yeah, it was a pleasure. I'll see y'all again. I don't know when. Subscribe. If you want to turn the notification bell on, go ahead. But Deuces. Bye. Where's my little